Hey there, Star fans. Are you ready for the after show for the first official episode? We got a lot to talk about. Star is scandalous. Let's go.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, kitty cat, let's get it.
Ow.
Welcome to the first official episode of Star. We know we had the pilot episode, but now we are here with the devil you know. I'm your host, Jill Munroe, and I'm not alone. I'm joined by Raquel Harris and Ivanna Williams.
Yes.
Ladies,
Yes.
tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on all social media at Raquel Harris TV.
You can find me on Twitter at Ivanna L. Williams and on Instagram at Ivanna.Williams.
And you can find me everywhere at Stiletto Jill. Okay, let's talk about episode 1. There's a lot to get into.
Yeah.
So we start the episode, we see Jahil. Wait,
Right.
is that it? Because we've been jacking up his name, kind of.
yeah.
Some people it's Jahil, because I guess they can't get with the Peru-ness of his name.
Right. Because, I mean, you're supposed to pronounce it that way, though.
Right.
If it's a J, it's Jahil and Jahil if you don't want to.
Yeah. They alternate.
And he
Right.
doesn't seem to mind. Maybe it's the Coke.
Yeah.
But
Right.
we'll get to that.
Right.
So we come in, and he's trying to convince the ladies still that they need to sign with him. There's a festival coming up. There's a Honda stage, which I assume is the intro stage for early acts where they could perform, get a record deal, and basically what they came to Atlanta for, succeed. They have 2 days to get it together. Now, do you think that they should just, that's what they came from, so I guess naturally
Right.
they should just jump in and be excited. But do you think that they're doing too much, trusting him too soon?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because, I mean, it's one... Queen Latifah already warned you about it. So
Carlotta is not playing.
Yeah, Carlotta's like, no, I don't really, but at the same time, she's sketchy too.
It's a lot of secrets with
Yeah.
everybody. That's the
Gotcha.
thing. Everybody's
who do I
holding back
trust?
the real information.
Right, because I don't know. It's just weird because I'm like, I don't even know who to trust either. And I'm watching
Right.
it like from the outside looking in. And I'm just like, I'm not sure.
Can I run to?
Right, there you go. Except for Alex. Alex is like, no, it costs a lot of money. What do you have? She obviously knows the business,
Which was
because
whack.
her background.
Right.
She knows what's going on, so she's asking the right questions.
Right.
And he seems to have the answers, but she dips out because she has an appointment she needs to make, ladies.
Okay. And I was here for it.
I know.
So
Right.
Alex goes to visit her new boo, Derek, which is Quincy Brown, Diddy's stepson.
Yeah.
We love Quincy. Don't we love
I
Quincy?
love him because he's so humbling for
Yeah.
her. Because she comes from riches and he's just like this normal.
It's cool to see him so down to earth.
I
Right.
know.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay.
Plus, he's fine.
Well,
Yeah,
then
we're
that-
just gonna mention that. A humble, down-to-earth man is appealing.
And you got the chocolate and the cream mixing, and it's just cute.
It was so. I love seeing that.
I know.
It's a beautiful scene.
Yeah.
So, they connect. Obviously, Derek is falling in love. He's professing his love to Alex.
Very
and
quickly.
opening up to her, telling her, Alex has lied and said her dad is a dentist and her mother has passed away.
That is so mean.
And I'm thinking, so have you rehearsed this? Because that was quick.
Yeah.
She was ready for it.
Right.
I'm sure she's had practice, though. She's making friends on Instagram and things like that. So
Yeah.
she probably had her story ready to a
Right.
certain degree.
Yeah.
And then she said that you pretty much are dead to me. So
Right. So,
Right, so, I mean-
therefore,
Right.
So as Alex is getting her sneak freak on, and Derek is opening up saying his mother died when he was 7. His dad died when he was 12. He was a cop. And I guess he died in the line of duty, so that's why Derek is really passionate about Black Lives Matter, that movement, which we saw in the pilot. So the two are bonding
Okay.
and bonding.
Yeah.
Quincy was really only in 2 scenes in this episode, and in both scenes he had his tongue down Alex's throat. That's just an observation.
Yeah.
Just a little observation.
There was
Yeah.
3. There was the one in the middle where he got mad, but anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
So,
for no reason.
he had a reason.
Man.
We'll get to it.
Right.
We'll get to
We'll
that.
get to that.
So then we go back to Jahil, who is trying to figure out how he can gather this money to get the ladies into the studio. They need that demo. Obviously, they're going to need something to wear and all the things to put this together, because he's like, this is his big break. But he's also having a snowstorm there.
Right.
At the table. getting busy, a little bit of nose candy to go along with
something.
Right.
little something.
I was like,
You
didn't get nose candy?
Oh,
Not even the snowstorm.
She didn't get the
I was
snowstorm
like,
because there was a lot of
sugar.
Yeah.
I'm weak with all these different ways.
Yeah, he was a little up there, and we find out that he's blown through $200,000 fairly recently.
Right.
You know, not $2, not 2,000, 200,000. We don't know if that was up his nose or what else is going on with
That's
it.
what Carlotta's probably talking about. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
So then Carlotta shows up again, and naturally, when he opens the door, he's greeted with a punch.
Right, and
Because Carlotta plays no games.
Okay.
Yes, because I was like, okay, this is abrupt. That was a lot.
Well,
But
you
I'm
too,
like,
shit.
yeah, and I'm like, how did you know so quickly that he had still? Because like in the opening, like they were talking. He was talking with him, so obviously they went against her wishes and still talked to him. So I'm like, how did you find out so quickly?
Yeah.
Well, I think that Star is pretty open and blatant with things.
Right, she is.
We're going to sign with him. He's going to get us a contract. We're going to go into the studio and do what we came to do.
Right.
So in this conversation, we knew that Mary probably had a drug problem, or that she did.
Mm-hmm.
We find out that Hale might have been responsible for getting Mary hooked on drugs.
Right.
And Star reminds everyone of her mother.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a problem. But Carlotta's not clean.
Yeah.
She has some dirt. She obviously had custody of Star and Simone at some point when they were little, after the mother died, and she lost them. We
Yeah.
still don't know what happened. We still don't know why. And Star and Simone don't know that secret yet. So what do you think the secret is? What do you think happened?
I think she's crazy. I think she wants to be normal, but she's not gonna be normal, and because she comes from that already, it's just ingrained in her, which is why she handled things the way that she did with Jahil. It's just like, look, I'm here for one reason and one reason only, and I feel like I can have my second chance with these girls.
Yeah.
So I think that's like her moment. That's what she's thinking about. It's like, no, you're not gonna mess this up. But I think she does. She's kind of like Simone. I feel like she's trying to transition into like that better person, which is why I think she's latching
definitely.
on to Simone.
Yeah, she sees herself in it.
Yeah, she knows
Okay.
that you can do better. She sees the potential in herself and in Simone and in the girls ultimately. So I think, Carlotta's.
You don't
She's
know
I
yet?
I want her to be great, and I think that ultimately she will be. In the end, she will.
That was my thought too. I was like, I think it's just drugs, and now that she's clean and she's in the church and stuff, maybe this is her second chance. Yeah, she needs that.
So moving on from there, we go to like our favorite scene of the night, right? The salon Vogue scene.
Yeah.
Shout out to Delight. Groove is in the heart. So we're in the shop, we hear the girls talking about what they want to do. The song comes on the radio. Miss Lawrence, Miss Bruce on the show, right?
Right.
She's throwing shade as she does. Her and Cotton clearly don't like each other, so they have a lot of barbs
How
for
could
each
you
other.
not like Cotton? Oh my God.
Because they might be after the same man.
Well,
Miss Bruce might see Cotton as a
right.
younger version of herself, a younger, badder version of herself.
Okay.
Not everybody likes the competition, honey. So
Right, and
we
then they
have to
work
see.
together, so it's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we're in this salon getting it.
Yeah.
Kudos, Ryan. Alex was in there working the scene.
Giving life.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. I was like, yes. I loved it so much because, like I said earlier, that it reminded me of. I see where he pulled the elements from, like Paris is Burning, and because I think he also loves that documentary, and just seeing that tribute.
He
really,
being Lee Daniels.
Yes,
Oh, and by
Lee
the way,
Daniels.
Lee Daniels shouted out this after show, so
Oh,
make sure you spread the word. He said he loved it and was obsessed with us.
Yeah.
So,
Original Big Daddy. The
Right,
original
the
Big Daddy.
original Big
Right,
Daddy.
right.
That's his Instagram
Yeah,
name.
and just seeing that tribute to the underground ballroom dance scenes. I mean, it made my heart smile so much. I loved it.
So I like the musical, the fact that when they perform or when these moments break out, that it is like a musical. I grew up loving musicals. The movie Fame, old movie, was one of my favorite movies. But those dance numbers in there, things like that. So I like those moments throughout the show.
Yeah.
and the
Little Shop of
staging.
Horrors is my favorite.
So great movie. Tisha Campbell
Wow.
and Tashina Arnold in there blowing. What's his name? Rick Moranis, I think.
Thank you.
I'm a movie buff. So we're here. We're bonding. We got this. So we're all in the shop. eating it up. Alex is laid out doing her best God.
Yes.
And her parents
death drop,
walk in.
That was crazy, but I'm here for all of Naomi. I'm just
Shout
like,
out to Lenny Kravitz and Naomi Campbell, better known as Roland and Rose.
right, another chocolate and cream couple.
Yes.
That's gonna be your thing
Switch
for
it
the
up
night,
a little
Raquel.
bit.
You know, I mean, I like it though. They looked really striking together,
Yes.
and they
Yes.
looked as if this is what a rock star couple looks like.
Absolutely.
And Alex looks like she could be their child.
Yes,
So, you
it
know,
does.
great casting.
I was like, okay, casting director, come on.
It was good.
Leah Daniels.
Go ahead. So what we immediately find out is that her mother has a drinking problem. Rose is drunk.
Yeah.
She looks at Star like Star is death on a stick and calls her an insolent hussy. So, way to go with the vocabulary.
That's an
I
old
like that.
term.
Right. But
So-
she's
she's
you know,
so
she's a
British.
British
and, yeah,
so
she's
I-
so English.
That's very much that,
And
yeah.
a whore, you whore.
Yeah.
I said, oh.
Hi.
So we're in the moment, and everyone is looking like, wait a minute, Alex, what's going on? Your father's a rock star, and he's in the hood, in the shop, walked in here, you're laid out on the floor, and you said nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
So obviously, we know that's going to cause some tension because everything that Alex has told them is a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know it was going to come that quickly, though.
Right, it turned
Yeah, I
around
didn't-
really,
yeah,
really
I didn't
quickly.
think so either.
I was like, oh.
I was shocked.
But then again, they previewed it or like had mentioned it that she was going to be
We're
in the next
moving
episode.
fast.
Right,
We're
we
trying
are
to get
moving
to the
fast.
point.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, I'm like, what are we getting to?
We're
Yeah.
trying to get to the point.
And I'm like, but what is the point? Because the stuff that we think we're about to see, we see it in the next episode. So I'm
Right.
like, what is, I'm like, what is that?
I think we're establishing sort of where everyone is at
Yeah.
and what the feeling is, what's
Right.
going on. Because now we see Cotton is like, oh, you a bigger stunt queen than I am. So Cotton is with the shenanigans and the tricks.
I'm mad at them though. I'm so upset that they did her like that because, like I said in the last after show, I agree with Alex. Some things you just want to keep to yourself, and maybe she doesn't want her father to overshadow her own success and her own independence.
Yeah.
So I feel like, one, Star, that's none of your business. Two, you're gonna call me a bitch because I don't want to tell you who my father. Like I understand. I understand.
I think Star feels like she's been very, very open. A big part of their concerns were about money, about connections,
Yeah.
these
True.
things. And these are things that Alex has direct access to.
True.
Yeah.
They are taking a very hard route where it might possibly be easier. Here's the thing, too, I think from Star's perspective is maybe even if, you know, Star has her own secrets, we know. But even if you don't want to use them, you can't tell me.
Right.
You can't be 100 because I'm pretty much
Yeah.
100 with you.
Yeah.
But she probably felt like Star was going to do exactly what she did, and that's why.
yeah, for real. 'Cause
And
you
that's
can't trust her, obviously.
right.
God.
And I'm sitting here like, so that's your answer?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And then you call yourself a whore, and then it's like, oh, okay, well, Naomi's right.
You know,
Then
say
so
what
never mind.
You know, be true to who you are. So we move on to Jael. He goes to see his godson Hunter, the NFL player that the group performed at the week before, and he's trying to get $30,000 from him to invest in the group to pay for studio time. Now we only have 2 days for this entry, so I guess this is all happening in the same day.
Yeah.
Long
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
kind
it
of
is.
confused because I feel like Alex and Derek, it was nighttime when they were hooking up, but, you know, never mind
Whatever.
that.
Yeah.
You know, 2 days. So
Imaginary life.
Jill is with Hunter. And so basically the idea is that, yeah, you might have something with these girls, but your nose problem, your coke issues
Yeah.
outweigh all of that, and we can't trust you with the money. So do you think that, because remember what Hunter's mother said, she said, even a mediocre white girl can go platinum.
But
so
that was
she
so
sees
true,
the vision.
though. Yeah.
She sees the vision.
Absolutely.
And she, you know, she understands what's at stake there. Do you think that they should have trusted in Jaleel and gave him the money? Or do you think they still possibly will? Because
I think they
Hunter's
will.
definitely thinking about it, and we know he's intrigued by Star.
I think they will, but I don't think they should trust him. He's going to get the money, and it, you know, they'll probably go, you know, that route or whatever. That's what I think, but I don't think he's trustworthy at all.
He's just not under control of him. He doesn't have control over himself. He's not as grounded as he thinks he is. And a lot of addicts have that mindset where they think they're at a
have
different
under
place.
control. I got this.
Right. They think
I
they're
can
at a
stop when I
place.
want.
Right. Exactly. But it's just so much shade thrown in here too.
Oh, it's a lot. Oh, because can we talk about it? Let's talk about the housewives shade that got thrown.
Oh my God.
Real Housewives of Atlanta.
And it's so funny because you had just talked about it.
I know. I was like, what? Yes,
Lawrence?
Yeah, because I was like, I don't catch it. I don't get it. What is there an issue here with Real
Yeah.
Housewives?
Did something happen with Miss Lawrence on his way out the door?
We had
On her
Power,
way out
then
the
we
door?
had Housewives Atlanta. It was
Yeah, like I knew the Power,
Power.
the 50
That
Cent
made
shade.
sense,
I
right.
totally got that.
That
but I'm
totally
like,
got that.
what
Naomi
is
Campbell
this?
said that this reminds me of that Housewives show. No, that Star reminded her of someone from the Housewives
Well,
show.
she was
and
like, I've seen that Atlanta
trash.
stuff.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
was like, it's just trash.
I'm like, first
I've
of
seen
all,
that show.
I like the show. Sure.
So
Hey.
she's not here for it. So we see that Star is determined to use her sex as a weapon. She's like, okay, you don't want to talk to your dad? Guess what? I'm going to go holler at Shorty with her jacket that was message, try harder, because that's what she wants.
Right.
Put a little more
Real.
So many
effort into
underlying
it.
messages.
Yeah,
Right.
the symbolism.
Yes.
Right.
So
But she,
Star is a pistol. Star is a piece of work.
Yeah, she is.
So before we get to what happens with Star when she goes to see Roland, we are introduced to Reverend Tyrese. I think his name is Reverend Harris.
it's hair. Yeah.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna call him
Harris.
Reverend Tyrese.
Harris.
Baby
Pastor
boy.
Harris.
Right. We got baby boy turning into a priest.
Yeah, that's what happens when he changed his life around.
Right? He sure
That's
did.
part
You
two.
know what? You are right.
Yep.
Okay.
So
We're writing it right now.
we find he and Carlotta seem to have some sort of relationship.
Yeah.
Some sort of possible dating, romantic connotations going on there. We don't get too much into it. We know that for whatever reason, Carlotta has kept it pretty much just in the church. He hasn't had the opportunity to go to the shop and see where she lives and what her life is like outside of her churchy life in there. We find out the name of Mary and Carlotta's group, or maybe not the name of their group. We found out the name of their single. It was Mixed Harmony,
Yeah.
which apparently was baby making music.
Yeah, and he even made his baby off of the song
Yeah,
too.
one of.
That's
One
right. That's
We
right.
don't know how many.
One of.
So.
It's stressful.
He looked like he got a lot of kids too. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Right. And then he had his little singing spot. I was like, okay, Tyrese.
Let's
I see
do
you.
it.
I laugh every time I see him. Like I can't take it seriously.
Yeah.
It's so
But
funny.
that southern accent though.
It kills me.
I was so weak. I was like, you know that you are from Watts. And it's okay. I was like,
you from what?
No, but let's shout out
She's
to
like,
all the LA
LA.
cities.
She's like, I'm from LA,
County. It's
so-
affiliated. We're
Right.
neighboring.
y'all do that though. LA separates themselves in so many different ways. Like, well, I'm from Inglewood. Well, I'm from Watts. Well, I'm from South Central. So
Yeah, it's different because it's different.
Oh, well, we're gonna leave it at that.
Right.
We still support it. That's why I gave it up
we
for
got,
what.
but we got different regions up here. So
so it
Southern,
works.
Yeah.
Midwest. West
So
Coast.
now we go to the W. And Roland and Star are in the lobby chatting. Star, brought her handy accessory, a lollipop.
And that's her thing. And I'm with it. I am with it. But I just,
Let me get you mentally together
Yeah.
so that there's no question what I'm offering you.
Yeah.
right. And I
The symbolism.
No,
Okay.
no, right.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, I
It
didn't
was
even
a
think about
mind.
that.
Bad word.
Yeah.
So, it was a mind. She was
Yeah.
sending a message.
Yes.
Let's talk about it. Let's explore why you don't like your daughter's music and it's dope. Oh, by the way, you see these crowded people? They have their phones out and they're noticing us. Let's go.
Yeah.
Right.
And she led the way.
And he
got
said
up and
us?
followed. Right.
Okay,
She was like-
question, because that's what the last time we were here, that was my question, because I'm like, how old is she? Is she 17 or is she 18 or 19? Because that does
She's
make a
18.
difference.
Here's the thing. I think they said she was close to 18 or 18 because that's why she got released from foster care. Remember, she was
Okay.
officially
Okay.
released. So the thing is, they know she's young. They may not know exactly how
Yeah.
old she is, but they know if she's not 18, if she's not underage, like 17, she should be there.
18.
Because we also heard
Okay.
Carlotta say that she wants to put Simone in school. So Simone is probably about 15 or 16.
16, yeah, for sure. Okay.
So
Which is why she doesn't really have a lot going on
Yeah.
with like relationship wise
Yeah.
or with anyone. 'Cause
Yeah.
Well,
she has a relationship with drugs and alcohol, but we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
So-
So we come back.
So we come back and we go upstairs to the suite, and all we see is Roland in the bed watching Love and Hip Hop, very engaged. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, actually.
Yeah.
So lots of Atlanta symbolism going on there to all the shows. So I guess
Yeah.
if there's a choice between Real Housewives of Atlanta and Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Star is going with Love and Hip Hop.
Right.
There you go. So,
right. That was his way of saying, I like you, but
not you. And shout out to Jessica Dime, another member of
Oh
Love
my
and Hip Hop. She was in the
God.
strip club
Yes.
scene with her cameo. Jocelyn was there. Support the naked hustle.
can't.
I see you supporting the naked hustle.
I was like, but aren't Jocelyn and Jessica Dime not friends?
That has
I don't
no.
know, really,
Are
but
they
that's
going to
what
say
I-
no?
Right.
You don't know
right.
if they
Lee
find out
Daniels
it.
says,
Right.
I'm going to allow you to be yourself essentially
Right.
in a scene.
He's
Right.
capitalizing.
Okay.
He really is.
Let's all put it together.
Capitalize.
You know, that's a win-win.
Queen.
I like that move.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there, stars in the tub. Roland is very engaged in what's happening in
She's
the
like
TV.
recording some song or whatever.
She's singing. I think she's trying to like
the tune.
you know, get into his ear. Get into Star is very good at mind games.
She is.
You know,
is.
she's on those Jedi mind tricks. Let me just subliminally let me play the music for you, let you feel it in a moment, let you see the direction we're in.
And see, at first, it looks like they had just finished up because the imagery, usually somebody goes to the bathroom, take a shower, and then the other person's like laying up watching TV. That's the end of sex. And so I'm like, well, wait a minute, they did it, but
you know, so Rose walks in.
Yeah.
The thing that was crazy to me is nobody moved. Nobody looked shocked.
I thought Star was gonna be shocked because she was gonna get her wig snatched.
Star
But see, they don't have a relationship though.
She didn't care, but you walk in, you're in the tub with somebody's husband.
I mean, but
you should
still,
expect
and
to
you
get your wig
18.
snatched.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing. Even if you think, I can whoop you, you should expect there's some violence.
Yeah.
I'm naked.
Yeah.
Let me jump up and get a
For real.
robe, a
Because she
towel,
was really
something.
vulnerable in that moment. So that's why I'm like, that's very bold for her to just be like,
Star probably knew though. Star probably was like, look, that ain't your man. And if I want him.
Here's the thing though. Whether he is her man or not, he's my man. He's not yours.
Yeah, that's how
what
she
I
does
know
look at
is
it.
he's not yours.
But see, that's probably Star's like, look, I know your game and I don't care. And
Yeah.
obviously you're in London, he's here, so clearly y'all not together.
that
and
is
that's
so bold.
it is bold. It
But
is
this
bold.
is
That's
your
another
group
underlying
member,
message.
your tight girl.
Yeah.
I mean, granted,
Yes,
I know that
yes.
there has been some dissension
Yeah.
since you found out she's not who you thought she was, but you gonna go hit her daddy off.
Yeah, that's where I was like, okay, girl, you.
I was like, this girl finna break up
You a
before they
star
even start
from-
anything.
Right.
Shoot, I'm done.
I'm like, right, season over. Because I'm like, what?
What's happening?
Yeah, I just thought that was
It's low.
that was very inappropriate. And regardless of how you feel about Alex's decision to not tell you, there's never a moment where you should say, okay, I'm gonna step over that boundary and sleep.
And go sleep with her
Yeah,
dad.
and then and I guess we'll get to it, but you make that decision and say, oh well, I mean, hey, it doesn't matter.
Things
I
happen.
and I am a whore. But.
The very, very cavalier attitude. So, you know, Roland obviously isn't tripping. So we get back to the house. We walk in. I wasn't sure if Rose was going to call Alex and tell her. I didn't know how she was going to handle that.
Yeah.
But she obviously did. So Alex is like, you slept with my dad? And Carlotta's looking like, what? And Simone's just high in the corner. So we have this showdown. So is it just me, or did Alex maybe need to pop Star a little bit? Because Star was just like, well, look, we didn't sleep together. You know, I thought about it, but you shouldn't be tripping.
I don't know. In the South, that's a fight. So, it's different.
That's like
for
a
me.
worldwide, like,
Girl,
what?
like,
My father?
that's world star. That's a fight.
But
right
Alex
there.
probably doesn't care because the dad is just, he's a terrible
Yeah.
person. So like I'm trying to I like to play a devil's advocate. So I'm trying to understand why Alex is, and on top of that, you never know, she might be a punk.
Well,
'cause
she
he's
already
rich.
said. Yeah, she already said. I mean, this is what he does. She
Yeah,
kinda
so she
knows
knows that
she's
that's
used to
right.
it. She's
So
seen
you
many
wanna go-
girls like Star come before, so she's like, oh god, again. Yeah.
So she
Right.
got over it really quickly. She, you know,
Yeah.
kind of Star was like, look, I'm just trying to make us pop. What are you trying to do? You know, are we going to work this out or not? They end up coming to terms that they're going to be friends and try and make this group thing pop.
So weird.
Which,
In that
yeah.
moment, it really made me hate Star, but I had to understand where she's coming from
Yeah.
because some women, they do feel like they have to use sex, use their body to achieve things, to acquire things. It doesn't always make it right or okay in many situations, but like, okay, I get it, you know.
I mean, she's
Yeah.
really young. She obviously
Yeah.
doesn't have any role models, so
Yeah.
she knows that
She's done
that's
this many
something-
times.
Yeah.
Right. Well, she's rough, so she knows exactly how those types of men are. So it's like she, at the end of the day, she probably honestly wasn't even anything personal towards Alex.
Yeah, she
For
was
her-
using it as business.
Yeah,
It was business.
That,
for
yeah,
her.
and
Business,
she was
never
like, well,
personal.
right, and she's like, if you're not gonna get the job done, I am. So
Ugh.
I know, it's so nasty.
So we're there. So next up, speaking of nasty and interesting things, we see Jaleel head to the strip club.
Yeah.
And to see Maggie. Now, we see Maggie in the shadows at first, so we don't really know what Maggie is going to look like, what she
Yeah.
is. And we see that
him.
she's a decidedly older woman.
Very much so.
Not decidedly though.
Yeah, she
Yeah, she was
appears
little.
kind of like as a madam. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
When she
like
just
a
came
pimp.
up out the shadows. And so I'm
Obviously,
like,
she runs the strip club, so we don't
Yes.
know what type of things are going on there. We'll find out because Cotton was in the cut, ear hustling. But, you know, Jalil needs money, and she obviously gives him money for services, and those services look varied because she asked for a kiss. Not a kiss on the cheek, which he gave her.
Right.
Yeah.
A real connection.
She said, "You call that a kiss?"
Oh.
I said, "Oh, you been around the
She laid
block,
her head
honey."
back. I was like, oh.
And it was so slow.
Right.
Right. It was like, oh, and I know in rehearsal they was just like,
Okay.
I guess
Maggie.
$30,000 gets you to do something strange for a piece of change.
Yeah.
It was going down.
That's a student loan.
For real.
So we see that back at the house, Simone is still having night terrors. Carlotta asked her about it, but she's
Yeah.
interrupted because of the conversation happening with Star and Alex.
Yeah.
So we know that Simone has been self-medicating since we met her.
Yes.
So these terrors, I guess, are getting worse. So she goes and takes someone's pills and downs it with Jack Daniels, a few pills, and then she goes to church.
What? And that's what I was thinking too when we were here last time. I was like, you know what? It's not over. She's been through so much and seen so much, and she thought that she saw, her abuser get stabbed to death. I'm like, there's something else psychological that's going on. It's not over.
It's a lot of
And so, like,
PTSD.
and so
Yeah.
whenever Carlotta spoke of her night terrors, I'm like, that's it. Like, of course,
Because it has to come out. You can't,
Yeah.
You can't
can
run
only
away from
medicate
it.
Oh,
so
no.
much.
Yeah, I feel so bad for Simone. And she's so young.
Yeah, we see her head to church, and they finally convince her to sing. They know that she has a voice. They know that church can probably help her with some of the things that she's going to. Carlotta, I think it was you, Raquel, that said Carlotta probably sees a lot of herself.
Yes.
Yeah.
In Simone. So we're peeling back the layers of Simone to know. We obviously know what's happened to her and what they thought the solution was. And she even brings up the fact that you don't think anybody's looking for us? I'm like, finally, a ray of light.
Yeah.
Because if Alex's parents can find her granted credit card receipts, somebody's going to be looking for an underage foster child after the dad gets stabbed up. It's unrealistic.
Oh yeah, I was thinking that, and I was also thinking like, what if some of them have an iPhone? They use to Find My iPhone or something
Right.
to find people. All those things.
Maybe
Phone
they have a
records?
Cricket, or something like that. So prepaid. I don't know if you can strike that.
Well, Alex for sure, they can find her.
So
Right.
we see, the girls rehearsing. We see Alex and Alex and Star reestablishing their bond and rehearsing and going through their parts. And we see Simone in church having her moment and going through her paces. And then she passes out. So
And she was singing, boy. She was
She was
performing.
feeling
Sing a
it.
little too
She was
hard.
like, right.
That's why.
And she was like, I'm gonna give it all I
Yeah.
got. And
Give it
then
to
if
her.
whatever happens, happens.
right.
Her body was like, this is too much.
Yeah.
So, common sense says we know that she's going to wake up. We don't know what's going on with her, how severely damaged she is, how long she's going to be in the hospital. But obviously, with an underage minor, not in school, overdosing on Jack and pills, I would think some type of social service social service agency is going to be called. So,
Absolutely.
the girls have some problems headed their way.
They do.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we see Jalil again, and I guess that kiss was worth it because we see an envelope delivered to him
Little
with.
package slid under the door.
Now
or
here's the
something.
thing: we know how big his coke problem is because when he was in the club with Maggie and the
Yeah.
little peck she gave him, listen. I don't know the ounces or the breakdown or the weight distribution.
Neither.
It was a lot of cocaine.
It was a lot. That was a big old baggie.
It was a big old
packed.
baggie
I was
in the
like,
club.
Oh my.
And
Right.
then when he got the mysterious package from home, there was an even more
Bigger
cocaine
one,
in
yeah.
there, money, an address, and a map.
Yeah.
So
With the time.
With the time. Was it a time?
There
or
was
was
a
it just
time.
the
It
address?
was a 12.
Okay. I thought it was 1200 the address.
I don't think
could
it
be
was 12.
well, we'll see.
Right.
It was either
Right.
12 o'clock or 1200. We'll
AM
see
or-
because
yeah.
obviously Jalil got to handle his business in more ways than one.
Yeah. Well, they knew how to reel him in.
Yeah.
They were like, look, just
Coke and
come
money.
on. Right. But then, and it makes me think too, like someone else knows that the potential in the girls, and they're probably
Yeah.
like, let me
yeah.
grab
Let's see
you
what
up real
happens.
quick. Yeah. They probably saw him somewhere and was like, look, come on.
So
heavens.
there's a lot at stake. So now, we've run through the episode. Let's talk predictions.
Okay. Well,
Oh, there's the music. There we go. We got-
And now, your AfterBuzz TV prediction.
I can't.
and yeah.
I know, right. I just think, because the crazy dad's come back. And stepfather,
Stepdaddy's
foster father.
coming, yeah.
he's
He's
coming
coming.
back.
He was
So I think that's definitely gonna be in the next episode. Is her her interaction with the dad, and then possibly I kind of do think that Alex's dad is gonna pull it through and do something. I don't know exactly what, but I do think he's gonna probably want some type of, because I mean, he's like, look, I know that we're about to profit off of this, so let me just kind of come in and do what I can, and then hopefully he doesn't try to take advantage of it, because I see that coming too.
Oh, yeah, because we skipped. I'm sorry, my bad. We forgot that Alex then went to the restaurant to meet her parents to tell them, listen, I'm staying. Carlotta went with them.
Yeah.
And then Carlotta put Roland in his place and told him he needs to work on his music and his attitude.
Right.
So,
Because it
yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, because it sucks. Okay, so back to predictions.
I think that Star is confiding in Chihil a little bit too much. And I think Alex will also let her dad get to her. Because I don't know, I'm like, is Alex going to branch off first? Will Star? But I think Alex, I mean, she's like, I just met them over Instagram. Both of these girls ain't really my sisters. So I think Alex might let her dad get to her.
Yeah.
But she decided to stay.
She did, but
And she
I
forgave
don't know.
Star. She's not, and she wants her mom to go to rehab. She said she's tired of taking care of her mom. I guess she's the mother,
Yeah.
you know, in that mother-daughter relationship.
Ugh.
So,
That's
I'm with you. I think that we will see a reappearance of foster dad. He's going to be on the trail. We know that he's probably not saying anything to the police.
Right. Yes.
Well, yet he's gonna have
Yeah,
to. I mean, this is
he
all
could
gonna
say he didn't know who did it.
Right.
He could claim ignorance, but the convenience is the problem is that Simone is missing, and
Yeah.
somebody's going to notice.
I hope the
I
counselor
think they're
doesn't
gonna
lose
find
her
out because
job.
they're gonna see like why he ran away or why she ran away.
He's going to try and keep that aspect a secret. That's why I don't think that
Yeah.
he's going to say anything. But somebody's still going to be like, what happened to the foster girl that was here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
somebody has to account for her.
Right. Well, where's the wife? The kid? Like, I'm just like, so he's just doing this all on his own. Like at this
Yeah,
point.
he looks
well,
like
we
he's
think-
traveling.
remember-
Right.
Yeah, well,
he
we-
cares that much.
Well, I mean, the wife kind of knows something. We discussed that.
It's
it
just
seems
weird.
like
She
knows
does, but she's
something.
not traveling with him. And the kids
Right.
aren't
He's
traveling with him.
independently
He is
doing this on his own.
Yeah.
Because
Because he's trying to clear his name and just, do this all
Right. 'Cause
discreetly
something
under the
happened.
table.
But I'm mad. How did he know exactly what counselor to go to? She literally was walking out the door, and I'm like, oh damn, she's
Yeah,
about to
that's
lose her
true.
job.
Well, he knows what counselor to go to
Probably,
because
she's been working
she
with
probably
her.
has been working with both of them. Because remember, she also knew where Simone was. I mean, she told Star where Simone was in the system. So
Right.
I figure maybe because they came into the system together.
Right. It's
That-
just you're assigned to that certain thing.
Yeah, so maybe it was something like that. But we're
Possibly.
definitely going to see some movement with that storyline, and we'll see what happens if they make
Yeah.
it to the Honda stage and what devious deeds Jaleel has to do for that money and to get them in the studio. He has enough coke where he shouldn't need to snort it up this time.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, hey,
I would think that part of that is
It's
to
never
sell.
enough. What do you mean?
right.
It's something,
I was happy that we got to see a little bit of Alex's background.
Yeah.
That was really nice because I was like, finally. And then I was just happy that this episode she just came out of herself. Like it wasn't.
Yeah.
She's so to herself and reserved.
She
and,
is.
And
Yeah.
then just to see her like being a little girl and just trying to be that, and then just seeing her parents kind of ruin it for her.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
because I'm
We
like,
understand
"Aw."
why she left.
Yeah, and why people probably think she's kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
And
Even though
it-
she's privileged and she has it all, she's still like, I don't even want all that stuff.
Right.
Like,
I just want to do
hate
what I
my
love.
parents.
Because it comes with a lot of
Right.
baggage
Yes,
and a hardship.
exactly.
Right, which is why she didn't care if Star was doing what she did.
Yeah. Oh, yikes.
Well, make sure you leave us comments. Make sure you hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, and tell us what you thought and share with us.
Subscribe to us on iTunes.
Subscribe to us on iTunes,
Yes.
yeah. So, ladies, tell them where they can find you again.
Okay.
And
Thanks for watching. I'm Ivanna, and you can find me on Twitter at Ivanna L. Williams and on Instagram at Ivanna.Williams.
You can find me. My name is Raquel Harris on all social media at Raquel Harris TV.
And I'm Jill Munroe. You can find me at Stiletto Jill. Make sure you're following at AfterBuzz TV. And leave us a thumbs up, comments on YouTube, 5 stars on, I almost said Instagram, 5 stars on iTunes.
On everything.
On
everything. On
everything.
everything.
And make sure you're back here next week for the Star After Show. Thanks for watching.
Tell a friend to tell a
Hey,
friend.
Absolutely.
Hey.
Kitty cat, kitty cat. Meow, meow.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.